Yo, it's Ty Rich from Bite Podcast. I got the homie Jaleel up here from All Day Bullies. What up, Jaleel?
What's good, bro? I
Hey
just
man,
first off, thanks for having me on.
no man, I'm about to say the same thing. I appreciate you for hopping on the platform, man.
No
I,
doubt, bro.
my big bro Duke told me a lot about you. So he was like, man, you got to get the dude, man. He got the dog named Gates, man. You got to get him on. You got to get him on.
Yeah. I,
So
I think he got a gate son. Yeah.
yeah, so I told him, I said, hey, put it together, bro. I'm with it. Put it together. You
Hey, he
know,
made it happen.
yeah. And I'm very appreciative. Hey, we was kind of hitting and missing a little
Yeah,
bit,
a little
but
bit.
yeah,
Hey, we made it happen though.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, man, let's hop right into this thing. How long you been breeding?
Man, I probably brought my first bully back in 2007.
2007. Okay,
2007. Yeah.
okay. From what bloodline was it? You remember what bloodline it was?
Oh yeah. Actually, I was like green, like raw to the game, and just stumbled upon what happened to be a great dog, which I learned later. My first bully was his name was Smoke, and he was four times Cairo on Rager's Edge, a direct Prez son, J Boy Prez. You know what I mean? Prestige. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I came in the game with something good out the gate. He was produced by Bob D. Johnson, which I didn't know at the time, but later on in the game, I learned who he was, and I was like, wow, it's crazy. I started with a dog off of his, and he had that boy like everywhere, big time. Everybody knew who Prez was, so
Right.
that's what I started with. Yep.
Right. So you saying that when you bought that dog, you like you saying you were so green to it, you ain't even know what you had at first.
Nah, I just went like from the beginning. Like one day I was out of town with my dad, and I just happened to see a blue dog. I was like, what is that? You know what I mean? So I went to the owner. I was like, yeah, he told me it was a bully, standard bully. So when I came back home, this was before social media and all that. So I just searched the local newspaper for that classifieds, found the
Right.
bully, found the dog, found the ad, would have paid $1,000 for him, and then ended up that I had something great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, off of him, did you start breeding with him, or was this just a dog you
Man,
bought
like
just?
I said, I was green. So I bought him. By the time he got to be like a year old, I did a little bit more studying, so I was like, I want to mix Razor's Edge and Gotti. So I went and bought a Gotti female, adult, and a
Mm-hmm.
puppy from the same place.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it took me 2.5 years to get them dogs to mate because I also came from the pit bull world. So in that world, you just put two dogs together, they get stuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
So through the process, and I ain't have no mentors, nobody around me. So I'm YouTubing and learning. I'm figuring AI. So you gotta do artificial insemination to get these dogs pregnant. So
Mm-hmm.
I figured that out, and me and one of my homeboys, we did the first one ourselves.
Dang.
Had 10. So my first litter was 10 puppies.
Damn. So you had to wait 2 years to get that.
2 years just to get that daggone litter.
Yeah, I know that. I know that felt. I know that was a good feeling though.
Finally
When
get it.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
but that story gets worse though. Man, I had 10 puppies.
Uh-huh.
I had all 10 of them till they was a year old. It wasn't
What?
no social. It wasn't no social. It wasn't no social media. So it's like I'm
Hold
going
on.
around.
Wait, you
Yeah,
got 10 grown dogs.
10. Shit, not to mention I already had like what I mean, what
Right.
3 or 4. So by that time I had 14. 10 of them came off that litter, and I, you know what I mean.
So look. You just touched on something that's real great too, and for a lot of the up and coming breeders, like you saying, like okay, you had a problem with the breeding. Now your next problem was getting them
Getting
joints
them
off.
off, getting them off. And see, that's what here lately. A lot of people jumped in the game thinking it was this quick money, quick money. Everybody makes money. Not true, because I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I started in '07. I really saw money with Gates, and Gates would be 5 years old, but he probably had a good 3 year run over the last 3 years. So look how long that's been. From 2007 to 2020, I wasn't making no money. It was just straight losses, straight losses, straight losses. You know what I
Right.
mean? So a
Right.
lot of these people was misled thinking that they was just gonna jump in here, get two dogs, breed them together, sell some puppies, and get rich.
So
No.
hey, so like that's funny you said that too. Do you think it's the breeders misleading them? Do you think they're using it as a sale tactic? Like, man, hey, you buy this dog, man, you can make some money off this.
That and the people that use I sometimes I feel like these posts are real, sometimes I feel like they not. When you see them people up there got 40, 50,000 dollars on the table saying they just made a sale. You know what I
Right,
mean? So it kind of
right,
misleads people thinking that, oh well shoot, if I get $2 and I breed, I can make a $40,000 sale off a puppy. No, that's not how it works. You know what I mean? So
right.
I think that's a little misleading. And then like I don't know. I think it was like that PPP loan era where everybody was getting money and money was flowing.
Pandemic breeding.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie though, boy. I mean, I was running through like probably 6, 7 litters a year, selling out before they could even get 6 weeks old. You know what I mean?
Right,
It was a good time.
right,
And
right,
sometimes
right,
I feel like that was misleading for a lot of people too, because it made you feel like I'm here. I've arrived. Now every time I drop a litter, I'm gonna sell out. You know what I mean?
right,
But here later over the last year, we're moving a little fast, but over the last year it's been kind of like, yeah, up and down. Up and
right,
down.
right,
Yeah.
right. So what inspired you to start breeding?
Now
What made
I've always had dogs my whole life, you know what I mean? So
okay,
I've always been like a dog person, dog man. So it was just like something I didn't never get in it for the money. It was just something I enjoyed doing. You know what I
right,
mean? So you might as well say it grew. It started out as a hobby. The more and more and more and more and more I learned about it, the more serious I got. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just the love of the dogs. I'll tell you that first. I'm a dog lover. You know what I mean? You
right. Me
have to
too.
be to go 13 years with nothing but losses. You
Right.
got to love the dogs, boy. Because
Yeah.
I tell
It's
you,
funny, man. It's funny you say that because man, I remember growing up and just knowing all breeds of dogs, walking around with your homeboys, and
yeah,
they used to joke on me like dog boy, because I'm like, man, that's a so and so, that's a so and so, and it's funny
right.
because that ain't even them joking. It's funny how your peers can fuck with you so much. It make you almost like, man, I don't even want to fuck. I don't like
Yeah, I
dogs
don't even
because they
want to do this, man.
exactly, yeah, yeah. And it's funny because like I'm a new breeder. I started breeding well, I'm gonna say like 3 years ago. I didn't
Okay.
really know what I was doing. I always had dogs though, but
Yeah.
I kind of I'm gonna say I kind of forgot how much I love dogs
That can
because
happen.
because even though I might have had one dog or I might have had two dogs, and it was long stretch of periods of time where I didn't have no dog. So then it was like, damn, cause I fought with the Frenchies. So once I started getting the Frenchies, I was like, damn, I forgot how much this shit feel good, like to be happy to have dogs. And then now I got sons, so my sons fucking with the dogs. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah, yeah.
like, cause I fuck with the music too. So I always was like, man, my love for the music. But it's crazy because before I was fucking with the music, I had the love for the dogs. So now it's like, damn, this shit like full circle. I'm doing music and I'm fucking with the dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy. I used to have a music studio too, man. It's crazy.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So now when I'm doing that joint, I'm just like, shit. I mean, I feel like I ain't really gotta do nothing else. I feel like I'm
Nah,
doing
I feel you.
I
Doing what
feel
you
like
love
I'm
to
doing what
do.
I love to do.
Yeah, that's a
So
fact. That's
so
it for
yeah,
me too.
you touched on that starting off as a hobby, and that was like, that's one of the questions I was gonna ask. Did you feel like it was a hobby, a business, or a hustle?
It started for me as a hobby because I was doing other things. So it was like my all wasn't into it. But because
Right.
I love dogs, I had them around. So then transitioning out of doing other things, I put more focus into the dogs, and that's when it became a business. I incorporated All Day Bullies and paid an accountant, make sure all these numbers right, paying taxes. So that's when it became, full front what I do.
What made what made you know like okay, it was time to take that step? What made you say, all right, it's cool being a hobby, but now I'm gonna take that step and I'm gonna incorporate.
Because it was like I'm making all this money, but I really can't show on paper for me, what I mean,
Right.
lifestyle. I can't show on paper what I was really doing. So I was like, you know what I mean, let me be able to really take advantage of all this money I'm making and be able to like do things like be able to walk in somewhere and buy something. You know what I mean? Like houses, cars. I mean, you know what I mean?
If
Not
you
really
can't,
cars. I always bought
yeah.
them cash.
If you can't stress the importance to that to the viewers, to the people that's watching that, like how important it is to really have that business structure to that thing.
I mean, you got to because, like I said, if you want to do things, you know what I mean. You want to have, you know what I mean, your name on paperwork and not really live that lifestyle where everybody, maybe your girlfriend, your wife, everything in their name. You're like, nah, I'm ready for having in my name. You know what I mean? So, and with some of the laws that are being passed, you need to have your stuff legitimately on paper, or people gonna come in and be able to take what you got. You know what I mean? Like me right now, I had to legitimize because I got like 32 dogs. So getting like
Sheesh.
passes, getting like certification within my city, within my state. You know what I mean? To make sure that nobody could come stop what I was doing. You know what I mean? So getting inspections by the city, I go through all that just to make sure that I'm
Yeah,
good.
everything strapped right.
And the reason, and see, a lot of people go LLC. Only reason I went incorporated because, like in the next year or two, I plan on opening up a dog food store, and my accountant was like, "You just incorporate it, then you can just umbrella the whole thing. Like everything can fall up under the initial, what I mean, All Day Bullies. Everything can
Right.
be under there. My
I think
store, the
I think
dog.
I think like them social media financial gurus, they push that LLC
They
stigma all
do,
the
but
time, yo.
that ain't it. My
Yeah,
accountant said that ain't it, and I listened to
yeah,
him, so we went
right,
a different
right.
route.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I definitely understand that. It's funny because I be thinking that too, like with the studio and the dogs. I'm like, man, I just need to just incorporate my last name. So
Incorporate everything,
look,
right?
so anything I do just fall under
Fall up under that one umbrella. You
that
know what
one
I mean?
umbrella. Yep.
Pay one tax on it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
So you said you got 32 dogs.
32.
Sheesh,
and
man.
but see, that's another issue I got. Like when I do a litter, when I do a breeding, I do it for me. So I keep like one or two puppies off every litter I do. You know what I mean? So that's how the number runs up. Then when things get a little out of hand, I may sell an adult, but mainly I hold on to everything because I have plans for them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So would you say them 32 dogs, well 31 dogs, because we know Gates by itself.
Yeah.
Them 31 dogs got Gates blood running through it.
But see, now it starts a little bit more before Gates. See,
So you got
what I
stuff before Gates out
Yeah,
there.
see, but see, okay, to come a little bit into the story, when I was doing the Razor's Edge Gotti thing, and that's when it was a hobby. One day I woke up and I was paying attention that the exotic movement was really where it was at, you know what I mean, to be lucrative. Just
Hmm.
being honest. So I say it's not about the money, but in your mind, because it costs so much to do this, you still got to focus on the money. You know what I mean? So the dogs can pay for themselves. If not, you go broke behind them.
Right.
But so one day I woke up, I probably had $15 at the time I woke up. So within a week, sold everything. And hit up one of my partners at the time, Corey, man, was like, yo, I think I want to go the Bolo route. So he presented me with a Bolo female. We copped her. And then my first breed into the exotic world, I went to a dog named Botron out of Greensboro. He was a Bolo son. So I doubled up on Bolo, and that's how I created two dogs or three dogs, Geronimo, BG, and Nutella. So these were my first dogs. And this was my first experience of really trying to be out there. You know what I mean? I wanted people to use my studs. Man, crickets. And everywhere I went, they said I had the bad dogs, but nobody was knocking my door down to use Geronimo or BG. You know what I mean? So that's where I learned, okay, I know what to do now. So with Geronimo, unfortunately, BG died at a show at 10 months old, right when he was the hottest one. He was getting started. He died at actually my first show. I'm like, man, that's going back. But anyway, Geronimo was my tool for building my females. So I did a lot of putback deals to the blood, at which I wanted to incorporate into my program. And I probably ran up 10 females off of Geronimo for Gates before he was even here. So once I created Gates, rather than waiting on people to knock my door down to use them, I ran them to everything on the yard. And that's what showed the people what Gates brought to the table.
Right.
And the rest was history. You know what I mean?
So when you came into correct me if I'm wrong. When you came into the game solely off the stud work. Like when you like you saying Geronimo, BG,
Uh-huh.
Nutella, they all males, correct?
Yeah. No, Nutella was a female.
Oh, Nutella. Okay, all right, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So, because I think I had a question. it's in the podcast that ain't dropped yet. That's gonna drop this week. I mean, either tomorrow or Saturday.
Uh-huh.
Do you? I feel like it's two type of breeders. I feel like it's the breeders that push the studs, and then I feel like it's breeders that sell puppies.
Well, I do both.
Okay.
You know
All
what I
right.
mean? Honestly, I do both.
Okay.
But okay, because and I'm gonna tell you why you do that. See, when Gates was like at his peak, he was bringing me in like maybe 2, 3, 4 breedings a week. You know the process with creating puppies. You know what I mean? You gotta
Right.
wait for the girls to come in heat. You gotta do either a surgical AI, TCI, or regular AI. Then you gotta
And
wait
it
like
still
30,
might not take.
35. Right, you gotta wait 30, 35 days to confirm the damn breeding. Might take, might not take. And then you gotta wait. If you do take, you gotta wait another 25, 30 days for the pups to get here. Then you gotta wait 6 to 8 weeks to be able to sell them. So that process was so long. It's like the stud money, it all work together. It's like I need the stud money more consistently. And then when the puppies come, that's when you hit them licks. You
Right.
know what I mean? That's how it was with
Right.
me.
Right. So when you said you was doing when Gates was at his peak, you was doing
uh,
three to four breedings a week.
yeah.
How long did that run? How long did that run
I
last
say
for?
about 2.5 years, bro. Like in my area, in my city, in my around in North Carolina, people have their opinions, but
Right.
a lot of times Gates is mentioned as the number one stud in North Carolina. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And the
Wow.
boy, the boy is a producer. He's probably. I'm not bragging. I'm just being honest because I studied the game. I'm very more knowledgeable of the game now. He's probably one of the only studs in the game that you can run to exotic or American bully, and you're gonna create some fire. You know what I mean? Every dog can't do that. Some have to stay a certain way or go this way, but that boy can be bred to anything. I bred him the dogs that were like 18 inches tall and come out with puppies that's like 10 inches tall, short back. I mean, the boy is amazing. Like for
What
real. He
cause you produce
Gates.
what's in Gates.
Yeah.
You what made you when you produce him like what made you say, okay, this the one? Like I like this him. Did you
I
know
mean,
when he was small? Or
honestly,
did you
everybody says that. But when I seen him, he was a pretty boy. See, that's what I was into, the pretty. I like pretty bulls. You know what I mean? With
right,
A1 structure. That's one
right.
thing about Gates. From nose to tail, the boy is A1 structure. That's what I went for first. Like, and see, it's speed bomb, but like the important thing for me, see, a lot of people these days are chasing color. That when I told you I bought that female for 3,500, that was a white dog. You know what I mean? You
Wow.
feel me? And the very first breeding I took her to was a black dog. I was going for structure.
Right,
So once
right.
I got the structure with Geronimo, BG, and Nutella, the next move was I was like, man, now I want to add color. So I went to a dog up in VA, Ric Flair. Ric Flair is Gates' dad. And so
Uh-huh.
that's where I brought the lilac color in. Because Geronimo already carried the chocolate and and Gates brought in the lilac. And so
All right. So you said like that run lasted for 2 years.
2.5 years.
Man.
And like he ain't had a bad litter yet, bro. Everybody that's used him has come back like, wow,
So
he
is he still working now to this day?
still working. Like I tell people, long as them balls working, bro, he working. You know what I mean? I ain't putting him on the shelf till it's
What's
time
his
to.
stud? What's his stud for you right now?
I mean, it varies. Like at 3,500, that's usually my. I try to stay affordable for everybody. You know what I mean?
So cause I see him behind you. He lilac.
Yeah, he lilac.
He got full tail, everything.
Full tail. And every puppy, he's probably went to about 20, 25 females with no tails, has yet to throw a puppy without a tail.
Sheesh.
He the man. I ain't just saying it because he's mine, but he the man, yo. Gates is that dude. He
Yeah.
really
Hey,
is.
how old you say he 5?
He'll be 5 in August.
Damn. I want
Hey, but hey, the way I take care of my dog, man, it's like the dude still two. The way he run around that house and run around that yard. Like
right, right.
he don't plan on stopping no time soon. But
Uh,
I ain't gonna front. Like I got boys now under him that's
That's
his
what
sons.
look, that's crazy. That's what I was gonna ask you. Have you produced that next star, that next stud?
I mean, see, for myself, Gates has set such a high standard that I don't even think one dog gonna be able to do it for me. Maybe it'll come. But like right now, I got a Gates Jr., I got a dog named G5. You know
Right.
what I mean? I just got rid of one of my other boys, Grams. He did great for me.
Yeah, we was talking about the boys that you produce out the gates. And
Yeah, I mean, like Junior, he's a year old. You know what
uh-huh.
I mean? G5. Well, no, matter of fact, Junior turned a year in August. G5 turned a year in October. G5 ain't got no litters yet. I done did 6 years with Junior, and I'm telling you, they coming out crazy.
Uh-huh.
But nobody's really. I'm honest. Nobody's really like. He picked up a few studs here and there, but nowhere near how his daddy was doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we still working. That's why I say I'm not gonna put the pressure on one dog to try to fill the shoes of Gates
Right.
because that's a lot on one dog. And like my mentor who taught me a lot, he said you get one. You know what I mean? Like truth be told, you get one that like takes off, and you get like at least a 2 year run. Then after that 2 year run, crickets, they on to the next one. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I want to be the one that might have did it different though.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Dang, I ain't never heard that. That might be some good insight right there. You get one.
Yeah, you get one. I mean, you gotta think about it. Like I don't know, it's my opinion. I could become so much in my world, but has the big boys ever had dogs like the ones that really made them famous, like a Bait, like a Miyagi? They had great boys following them, but not on the level of them game
Of them.
changers that they had.
You right
No,
though.
they had one. You know
You
what I
right
mean?
though.
And
Yeah, to look.
my mentor had one. Yoda, I ain't Moreno. It taught me a lot. He told
Uh-huh.
me Yoda was his one. You know what I mean? And he told me Gates was more than likely my one, but I'm like, I don't know.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm gonna try to be
What
different.
when was Gate when was what was the last little Gates head?
Shit, they 8 weeks old. People still using them. You know
he
what I
said
mean?
he said that 8 weeks old.
I
Gate
I
hey
I, I
Gates
got
still out there.
yeah, I just did Gates back to one of his daughters at the house, and they like 4 months. You know what I
Dang.
mean? Like Gates still working.
Yeah.
And
That's
even
good.
Geronimo's 6 years old. My partner just probably got a 3 month old lit on the ground off of him. Like these boys can produce. And it's like a lot of people like to jump on the up and comers, but I mean, what's better than proving? You know what I mean?
Right.
What's better than
So
that?
with Gates, before I get to that question, what makes a good stud, a great stud? What make
Yeah, that go ahead.
what make Gates Gates?
And remember you earlier you was asking me how did I know?
Right,
Was it from the time I seen him?
right,
Yes, he was a great looking dog to me, but I knew myself what makes a great stud is production. You know what I mean? Like he has to be able to produce and not just produce dogs, not just make puppies, but the goal is to make them better than him. You see what I'm saying?
right,
That's the goal. Outproduce yourself. And I'm telling you, he's done that time and time and time again. So for me, a great stud produces fire consistently, no matter what he touch. Like
right.
I really, he ain't been to every blood in the game, of course not, but he's been to a lot of them. And I feel like right now, you could bring any blood to Gates,
That he
and he
gonna.
gonna he gonna do what he's supposed to do. He gonna hold it down for you. He gonna
That's
give you
what's
what you
up.
want, for real,
That's
for
what's
real.
up. All right, the damn phone keep going. No. All right. So breeding, we said you said you do both the stud and the
Studs and
puppies.
puppies, yeah, man, you got to.
Yeah. What's your favorite and least favorite part of the breeding process?
I guess the favorite part is being successful and being recognized, you know what I mean, and respected by your peers as great at what you do. People
Mm-hmm.
respecting your craft. That's probably one of the best parts for me. Um, the worst part, see, I love my dog so much. I had to say the deaths for me, man. They really take me down. Like I like because see, this is what I do. That hence the name All Day. Like I don't do no 9 to 5s, no none of that. I do dogs, man. So I'm at home all day with these dogs. So I build tremendous bonds with these dogs. So that's the hardest part for me when I lose one.
Right. Yes, sir. I already know. I feel you too,
Man,
man.
I mean that breaks my heart. Like, you know what I mean, like a human died. Like I'm
Right,
crying like a baby. Man, I ain't
right,
afraid to say it. I cry like a baby.
right. Right, right, right. I feel you. Um, what's one of your most memorable litters? Like, what's a litter that you done had that you like? Man, them motherfuckers right there was like that
I
whole
would have
litter
to
was just
say, I would have to
crazy.
say, Gates back to his mama. That's what really see. And honestly, when people see this that know me, they finna learn something because I don't talk about a lot of stuff.
Right,
But like two or three of them puppies, I sold for like 10 grand and up. That was my first litter I ever did. Everything was the 3K, 2,500 range. But and then the one I kept, Candy Crush, I turned down $25,000 for that puppy, man. Had to. Had to, because off
wow,
her first litter, I made about 50, 60,000. So you can put that 25 out the window. You know what I
wow.
mean? And for what I got planned, she's actually in heat now. We taking her tomorrow. Damn, my battery. We taking her tomorrow. I'm taking her tomorrow to get a progesterone test. And what I got lined up for her,
Ready.
boy,
Right.
I've been tearing up.
Someone tell me.
I've been tearing up with this one.
So you said all day bullies. Uh, how many litters do you have a year? Would you say roughly estimate?
Roughly, like, okay, last year between January and freaking June, July, none. In August, had 5 girls coming heat. I said, I'm gonna try to breed them all. All of them took.
Sheesh.
That was the roughest time of my life, bro. I
he
had to
said
wear.
that was the roughest time
That
of
was the
my
roughest time of my life.
life.
If anybody out there ever bred 4 or 5 litters at one time, I salute you because I put my all into whelping litters. Like all my puppies are gonna make it. I'm up all night, all day, whatever it takes. So to have 4 in that room, one of my partners did one for me, thank bless his soul. But the other 4 I had to do myself. Oh my God. That was rough, bro. That was rough. Had a total of like 27 puppies. And
Yeah.
rotating in and out from 4 different females, they was eating up my break time. I get 15 minutes on the pillars and my alarm going off. You know what I mean? And they all was back to back to back to back, like one a week from other. 2 of them was 2 days apart, and then the last one was 2 weeks. So it's like they all was right there at the same time.
Looking
So,
like
but
looking like a
usually about
zombie.
5 to 6, man. Like I was on something bad, boy. Like, boy, Leo, all right.
Right, right.
But yeah, probably about 5 or 6, man. I know some people say that too many. That's their business. About 5 or 6, man. But this is what I
Five or
do.
six.
So
Yeah. Right.
yeah,
Damn right. Damn.
it
Well,
ain't
I
no
don't know
puppy
about them.
meal. I just like creating dogs, man.
Man, I don't even like that word. Cause half
Yeah,
I feel like
maybe it's
half
the haters that use it.
yeah, and I be feeling like half the dogs that's puppy mills is the shit that you be finding at the mall.
Right, poodles and Shih
Yeah,
Tzus. You
damn
ain't seen
right.
no bully puppy meal.
Yeah, you
Stop
ain't
it.
never seen no bully puppy meal.
Nah, that's the
Yeah,
Chihuahuas, and then they
yeah,
be having like 32 of them in one cage. I
yeah,
see the commercials. Man, you
yeah,
come to my house, my dogs live better than humans. You know
yeah,
what I mean? They eat
yeah. I ain't
good,
never seen.
sleep
Yeah, I ain't
good,
never
live
seen no.
good.
Yeah,
No, man, you don't
if
never
you
see
got
our
a
dogs on there.
yeah, if you got a bully, I feel like them small dogs is what be
Be them puppy mills. Yeah. When you watch the commercials, you ain't seen like one bully on there. You know what I
you
mean?
ain't seeing no bully, no mastiffs.
Mm-mm.
Them
Mm-mm.
shit's gonna eat you out of house and home.
Regardless, you know what I mean? But I don't want to see no dogs you know what I mean, mishandled or
Oh
misbehaved. I
no,
hate that.
oh
I
no,
hate them
hell, oh,
commercials, man.
no, no,
But I make
definitely.
my dogs look at them. Like, y'all see that?
Oh no,
Keep
hey,
backing, keep
damn
backing
right,
up.
damn right, damn right. You already told me how long it was before you had your first litter with these bullies. Um, and you also told me about the first dog too. If you could make the perfect dog, I ask this all the time because we know it's no perfect dog. What would that look like?
Gay.
Gaze.
I've already done it, man. Like, people gonna say I'm a cocky, but I'm not. I love that dude, and he is to me the perfect dog.
What
He
made you
is.
name him Gates?
Kevin Gates. That's like one of my favorite rappers at the time. Kevin Gates.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So you say if the perfect dog that you got him,
Gates, man. I got
you
him.
got him.
Now if I can create one better than him, man, I might be like breeder of the decade, of the century, like no going down like
He said a decade
like
of
I'm
century.
the best. If I create something better than Gates, I'm the best that ever did it. You understand?
Right, right.
The
So
boy is
I mean,
that man.
you be taking him to shows and everything.
No, I'm not a show doer, man. And the reason being, when I created a dog named BG, he was when these nano dogs they talk about now, he was that 5 years ago. You
Uh-huh.
know what I mean? And I took him, he was my first taste of going to shows. When we walked in that show, everybody was swamping that little dude. Like I was like, who these people? I ain't never seen y'all. He died at that show, man. That kind of like I just told you, the hardest part of the game to me is my dog's dying.
Right.
So my mentor taught me, like, did you prepare him? Did you take him out? Let people see him? Let them hear noise? And I was like, no. He said, well, that's the problem. He had like an anxiety attack. So I
Wow.
got like a phobia of shows, but trust me, this year I'm coming out. But now I know I take my dog to PetSmart, you know what I mean? Walk them around, let them see people, let them get tired. So I had to learn this because I was like doing them on my own. So you know you gotta condition these goddamn these exotics, boy. You know what I mean? Like you gotta put their ass out there in that sun. You know what
Oh
I mean? You
no,
got
no, you're right though. You absolutely
you
right. You
got
got
to because if you don't, and then you bring them out there and expose them to all those different things, man, they can't handle that. They can't handle
no,
that.
that's funny. That's crazy you said that because I be doing that shit with my Frenchies. Like now, y'all niggas gonna get outside for a little bit. I ain't gonna
Right,
keep you out there. I ain't gonna keep you out there to cook. But goddamn it,
right. But you got
I
to
ain't
feel this.
right. I ain't scared of if you go. I ain't scared of none of that shit. So you know, but I
Right.
ain't gonna keep you out there to the
You
motherfucking
know, to
cook.
kill
But
you. Right, but you
yeah,
got to get used to it.
damn right.
And see, the reason, and by the time I was trying to get over the phobia, Gates was probably 2.5 years old. He didn't want to go. You know what I mean? He was like, nah, this ain't for me. So
Right.
I took him to a show. Had
Uh-huh.
the scare of my life. Luckily, it was a local show. I had to rush home doing like 150 miles an hour. Throw him in the shower, cool him off. He was having one of them panic attacks, and man, I almost lost him. So I
Oh
said, you
yeah.
know what?
You
They can
said
say what they want to say.
you say fuck them shows.
Fuck them shows. Cause they, people once I got to a certain place in the game, people was like, oh, he don't never come out. He don't never come out. Got all them dogs over there, but he don't never come out. Well, whatever. I'm still selling studs and I'm still selling puppies. So say
Right.
what you want, goddamn it. I
Right.
ain't coming to no show.
Right.
But this year I'm conditioning the after gates to do the shows. So I'm coming. For
Right.
everybody that's been waiting and talking, I'm coming.
Right. Right. Yeah, I ain't never been to no show.
I mean,
So
I feel like that's nothing new about this game because I've been around for a long time. People may not know me, whatever, but I study a lot. Man, these shows popping up like every day. It's a show somewhere, bro, and it's like turned to a money thing, like a club promoter to me. Like you know what I mean? I ain't knocking it if that's what their thing is, but it's like a show every other day now.
it's too much. What I be seeing, it's too much hooping and hollering.
Oh my
And
god, man!
I ain't with all that
And,
disrespect shit.
right, because I ain't built for that. So it's like if you do something to set my dog off or hit like people flipping tables over and all that, it's like come
Nah,
on,
I
man,
ain't.
that's
Yeah,
too
yeah,
much, man. I'm
yeah,
not exposing my dog to that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like no,
So I'm
no.
going to. We got a joint up here. March 4th, Bullies for Lovers. That's going on.
I think I
I'm
seen
going.
that
Yeah,
flyer.
yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go out that joint. That's gonna be my first taste of the joint. But I'm debating if I'm going out there on some podcast shit or if I'm gonna bring some dogs. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, my thing is, I'm gonna be honest with you, with me because of the bee situation. If I'm at a show, bro, I can never get comfortable. I'm staring at my dogs. The moment I see them in distress, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, I want to get comfortable again. I can't get comfortable. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like, I don't
right.
know.
And then
Because I lost a
and then
dog there, man. It's like,
and then like you also said too, like I don't know that right. I can't imagine losing no dog, bro. Not at no show, man.
in my arms. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, nah, man. That was like one of my worst moments ever.
yeah. Fuck them
And
shows.
he was just getting like notoriety. Like he was gonna be Gates before Gates. You know what I mean? But just died too early.
Right. Um. How do you feel about this the state that the dog game in now? Like we touched on it a little bit in the beginning of the interview, like
I
the
mean,
pandemic breeding and all that type of stuff.
to me, it's like music or anything else in life. Things change. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So you either, to a certain extent, you have to adapt to it, or you just get left behind, or you look like an OG on the sideline hating on everybody. You know what I mean? So like everybody going live now, everybody and their mama go live. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I ain't never gonna do it, but I accept it. I just feel like I just wish people would learn the craft before they claim to be the best this or that. That's my only thing because it's like new people jump in the game and they be going live like they really know what they talk about. You know what I mean? And,
man.
or
And half of these jokers be sounding crazy.
crazy, bro. Like you can tell, you sure you bred some dogs?
Yeah,
You sure you been
they be
breeding?
sounding crazy. But it's crazy though because, and it's funny, man. I said this. I don't know if I said this on the podcast, and I know I'm gonna probably rub some people the wrong way. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
But it's sad, man. I feel like the picture of success is to look like a rapper. Breeders looking like rappers, man.
that's what's changed too. It used to be a family oriented thing. Now it's like you better be prepared. Hey, you might have to goddamn square up at some of these
Yeah,
shows the way these dudes be talking to each other and all these in each other's face. Dogs looking scared, but it's like I come from an era where you let the dogs do the talking.
right.
Now they coming in with megaphones and dancing behind their dog as they stacking on. Like, okay, so now you need like a gimmick behind showing the dog. Like, come
Right,
on, man.
right.
Right. So I mean that, but it's a new game, so you can't just fully go against what they're trying to do, but you can't adapt and do all this weird stuff. And I do believe in my heart, one day it's gonna get back to more how it used to be. You know
I
what I
feel
mean?
like I
Where
feel
it's
like
about the dogs.
yeah, I feel like even with the how like I said, I'm new, but I seen the difference from selling a puppy this year as opposed to selling a puppy last year. The money I was
It
getting last year is
ain't this
totally
here.
different.
I'll be honest, no, no, it
Yeah,
ain't because 5 to 6,000, that's the average. Now, shit, give me 2,500, bro. You can take this.
yeah,
Huh?
no,
Talk to me. You can take this
yeah,
puppy
no,
twenty
no,
five
no,
hundred,
no,
boy.
no bullshit.
No, I
And
ain't
it's
bull. I
like,
ain't gonna lie to nobody.
yeah, it's
And
like,
I
and
was
they don't care.
getting
They
it.
don't give a damn what color it is, what
They
it
don't give
got
a
to be.
damn.
That, no, they
See,
ain't. But
they want your bed for 1,500 now. Like, whoa. I can't do
yeah,
that, but
yeah,
2,500, bro. Like I told a lot of people, like the prices have damn near got cut in half. But I'm gonna tell you another part of that is the game is flooded. It's like any other thing. When the product is flooded,
oh yeah,
it drives the price down. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. But it's
And
crazy
then
because I
like
see a lot of
I run the might even cut job, but I run a like a bully board on Facebook,
uh-huh.
and I be seeing people come on my page and they be like, I got $1,000. Man, it'd be like 800 people post their puppies. I'd be like, yeah, that's the problem right there. But it's the newcomers. They wasn't
No, they try,
explained.
man.
They wasn't told the
Man,
real.
they trying to get them dogs out their
They
yard.
try to get them off. Right. So now it's like I ain't trying to get rich. I'm trying to get rid of these motherfuckers. I'm tired of
Yeah,
feeding and cleaning
yeah,
up shit all day. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. They
yeah.
wasn't ready for that side.
I didn't see people selling adult females. They ain't even had no litter yet. Like, man, I just want the dog to be gone. Don't got no patience. They don't
Bro,
know
and
about cleaning up no
some of them
shit.
2 years ago paid big money for these dogs, but
Right.
it just ain't going their way. They like, man, fuck it. I might have paid 7, 8 grand for this bitch. Give me 1,500 and I'm out.
Damn
I see
right.
a
They
lot
cut
of
their
my
loss.
people bowing out. It's like every other day I see a post somebody saying selling everything. I be like, they
Yeah, I
got
see.
to, boy.
That's crazy. I seen a post the other day. Motherfucker had
My
three
battery at
dogs.
10%, but I hope it hold on.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. See, out in the bully world, y'all ain't getting all this crazy shit like we is right now with this Frenchy shit, big
I
noses
promise
and
we get. Oh yes, I mean
uh,
no, but we went through that. We went through that. That's it. Y'all probably feeling it now, but with the exotic movement, come on, man, they shrunk them dogs down. They had
down.
breathing
Yeah, you right
issues,
though.
right? So we went through it before y'all did. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
look changed. Think
yeah.
about because
That.
I think one of your questions was like standards and XLs and
Yeah,
all
right,
that.
right, right, right,
Bro,
right.
look at them now. We don't went from standards being 18 inches now. We got 7-inch dogs, 9-inch dogs. So that somebody put some sauce on that thing to change to
That
make all these to make all
put some
these
salt. They
changes.
put that sauce up there, man.
I mean, I'm talking about muzzles this long now. They smashed in. You know what I'm talking
Right,
about? One finger
right,
muzzle went from 4 fingers to 1 finger. You know what I mean? But we know what it is. I mean,
right,
but I like it because some people say they hate it because it changes so much. But that's what I kind of like about it though, because the Rottweiler gonna look like a Rottweiler. You know what I mean? A
right,
German Shepherd gonna look like a German Shepherd. But in the bully
right,
world, it's a
right,
lot of varieties out here. You got to pick your poison and what works for you. But I
right.
will say this: I don't like when people sacrifice the health of the
Or the
dog
dog.
for the
Right.
look. Because some of these little dogs can't walk, they can't move. I hate seeing that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or they
No.
can't breathe. You know what I mean? They
Yep.
can't function. You know what I mean? I want a dog that still can run outside and chase a ball or something. I don't just want them to sit in the
Right.
house
Still
all
want a
day
dog to be
because
a dog.
be a dog, man. So
Yeah.
if we can create and perfect the look and maintain the healthy part of it, I think that's bigger than trying to create the best freakiest looking dog. That's my opinion, though. I know some people
Right.
gonna be like, "Hey, whatever," but that's
Okay.
my opinion.
All right, man. We're gonna wrap this thing up, but before you get off, if you can get some advice to some of these young breeders, one piece of advice, man. What drop a jewel on them, man.
I mean, it's like with anything: study, 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 and in life, get with somebody that's been there and they can teach you because a lot of this is the blind leading the blind. You know what I mean? You have to learn the art and the craft of breeding before you call yourself a breeder. You know what I mean? So that's one of my biggest things. Just learn more before you want to be the GOAT. Before you want to be the one teaching the people, leading the people. Just learn the craft, man. It's fun once you learn it. And prepare to take losses. A lot of them.
Right.
Before you win, you're gonna lose, and lose some goddamn more. That's a fact now. So if you come in this game and think you just gonna win at the gate, somebody done lied to you. I went like
Right.
13 years just taking loss after loss after loss after loss. But when I
Right.
hit, it was sweet. It was all worth it.
Yeah, all right.
That's that.
That's my man Jaleel. All Day Bullies.
And before I get out of
Shout.
here though, I gotta shout my team out.
Yeah, shout them
Tavares
out.
Thompson, Tavares Thompson, that's my little brother, all day bully, Speedy. Got Efren Cruz, Ronnie Collar, Ernie Moreno. I know I'm gonna forget somebody. Louis Capera. Hey, all y'all my boys, man. We coming outside this year. They calling us out. We coming outside. And
For
for you,
sure.
brother, I appreciate you having me on, man. I enjoy it. I can talk dogs all day.
Hey, no, man. I
Big,
appreciate you getting on, man. It's Ty Rich, man. Y'all know what it is. Bite Podcast. I bite bigger than I bark over here. You heard?
big time.
Peace.